Can you confirm that there is no microchip planted in me? Hi, my name is Nikhil Taneja. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Yuvaa. I was on the first Global Advisory Board of Goalkeepers. Yuvaa is a youth media research and impact organization. And today we are with none other than Bill Gates, who's going to talk to us about India and India's youth. Welcome, Mr. Gates. I'm really thrilled to be chatting with you. I have a few questions about India as well as young people. The first one is, why is India so important to you as a country in terms of the work you do?
Importance of India can't be overstated because it's got a lot of innovators. It's a very young country. A lot of the health challenges are still here, things like solving nutrition. Climate's going to be a challenge here because it's going to get a lot hotter. So it's great to see the talent that's being developed and partner with people here in India to come up with innovative solutions.
On your trip, have you met any leaders who've inspired you? Have you seen any innovations you're excited about?
Well, this morning I first talked about nutrition and how we've been studying, why are some kids born prematurely? What is it about their diet that both the brain and physical development isn't as strong? And some great ideas there. And then I went out and saw the agricultural research, new seeds that we back that can deal with the higher heat and even increase productivity. So yeah, I've seen great examples of science here at work in India.
Wow. What are the most urgent problems that India's Gen Z should be working to solve?
Well, certainly you've got health, you've got climate, you've got all the digital innovation and making sure we take advantage of that in areas like education and make sure the bad stuff, people being polarized or believing in crazy stuff, this stuff has just been invented and it's up to this generation to make sure it's a force for good, not for driving us apart.
Yeah, absolutely. For young Indians who are looking to work on global health or climate, do you feel that there is a place at which they can all start, an easy step for them to take?
Well, they're all consumers and so they can buy the right goods. And as they're going to school, they can say, hey, would I like to be a policymaker? Would I like to be a communicator? Would I like to be one of the scientists that's down in the lab actually doing that work? And so whatever your skill set is, these causes need every kind of skill. So I hope they learn about the problems and that it motivates them.
Yeah. If you had to give an advice to teenage Bill, what would you tell him?
Well, I got very lucky, to first have my software career, and then that led to my philanthropic career. Say, hey, it's going to work out okay. I might encourage me to think about not being quite as crazy, understanding different styles of people so I could benefit from different types of talent. There's a lot of things that I've learned only over the last 50 years. But I wouldn't want to change too much because it might not come out quite as well as it did
That's fair.
this time.
Do you have an advice to give to India's youth?
Well, there's a lot of hope here and the education's just getting better. The world's paying attention to India and the homegrown solutions here. So I'd encourage them. Investing in themselves through a great education is the very first step.
Absolutely. So we have a section where we are asking you questions from India's Gen Z. So we've got a bunch of them to send you questions.
Do you ever feel FOMO like Gen Zs?
Well, when I see young kids using technology in new ways, I feel like, wow, it passed me by. My daughter's always good at both giving me a hard time and then showing me what the latest thing is. But yeah, no, I'm past being in the mainstream. All the cool stuff is for the young people.
So you are aware of FOMO, the term?
Yeah, I just accept some of it, yeah.
Okay.
What is the most Gen Z thing about you?
I love learning, so I'm still kind of a student like I was when I was young. I kept that idea of, it's okay to be confused and, really dig into things. And I think that's, one of the great advantages young people have is they're willing to tackle completely new areas. And I try and keep that.
Even though you are one of the world's wealthiest people, do you ever get stress or anxiety? If yes, how do you deal with it?
Not gigantic amount. I'm very lucky. If my children are sick or there's some, work that's going off track. There's a lot of challenges in the world. The pandemic was a huge setback, and to see the suffering there was pretty hard. But one of the benefits of being older is you've seen a lot of challenges, and so it feels like, okay, we'll get through, even though there's some difficult times.
There's always hope, as you say. Saeeda asks, what is the one thing that schools don't teach us, but we should learn if we want to be entrepreneurs?
Well, hiring people is, kind of novel. Do you hire your friends? Do you hire older people? How do you get the different skill sets? You have to understand, which skill sets don't you have, and can you get somebody, who knows sales or knows finance, and, get a team that together, they drawing on each other's strengths. So that kind of team building, hiring, as an entrepreneur, there's not much that a textbook can teach you about that.
This is hit very close to home for me as well.
What is it about Gen Zs that most inspires you?
Well, young people have this, they can question, okay, do we need to keep doing things the way we've been doing things? They know that even if it takes a long time to solve problems, they'll be around, and they can put decades into those improvements. They can be critical of the older people, the mistakes we've made, and youth is so important, and that's one of the incredible strengths of India.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Gates. This has been such a hopeful thing. My last question is actually a really important one, and I think everyone wants to know. Can you confirm that there is no microchip planted in me?
Not that has anything to do with me. I don't recommend it.
Well, thank you so much for
You
your time.
bet.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much. It was so nice talking to you.